Hi, I'm Louise. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. If you're a return visitor, hello. Today what we're going to do is we're going to go through together, step by step, our first time gold leafing a large canvas. So if you're up for that, stick with me and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. We're going to go through it so that we get the best result possible first time. So I've got myself a nice, big canvas. It's actually size A1, which is like 60 by 85 centimeters. And I thought with a big canvas, then I get an opportunity to really show you exactly how to cover a larger area and how to go around the edges and all of that stuff. Because sometimes on a smaller one, it's just not satisfying enough for you to understand some of the principles. So the first thing you're going to need is a flathead brush, quite soft, and this is what we're going to use to brush on our glue. So the special glue for gold leaf is called Size. So I've got this metal leaf size here by Polyvine. Wherever you live in the world, you're going to find a good product. It's acrylic size. I'll put my recommendations in the description. Now, because it's a big pot, I generally pour it into a palette with foil, so then I can just brush on all the glue and then throw away the foil. We're gonna need some gold, right?
When I started the video, I was talking about a different type of gold leaf, but this is the actual one I've listed in the description, which is perfect for beginners.
And what's really useful is having either some tweezers or a scalpel, and then you can just use that to lift up each leaf as you go through your pile. When we come to brush away the excess gold, we need a couple of quite soft brushes that we can use to scrub away gently the excess gold. And I also like to use a bit of kitchen paper. So I'll explain to you how I do that. And finally, don't have it with me right now, I am going to be using some white cotton gloves, which I received with an order of real gold leaf, and actually just quite like using them, especially when I'm removing the excess, because it means you don't get any sticky fingerprints or like sweaty fingers or anything like that. It's absolutely not essential, but I like using them. So the first thing we're going to do is unwrap the canvas and start gluing on the size.
Okay, so let's unwrap the canvas, and those little wooden pieces you can use to put into the edges of your canvas, but they're not essential. So I've poured some of my size onto a palette so that I can just get to it really easily with my nice wide brush. And I'm going to cover the whole surface with a nice smooth layer, and I'm going to make sure that I go around all the edges.
So once you have put all the size onto the canvas, if you turn it into the light, you can see if there are any areas that you've missed. But now you have this nice sticky, shiny surface, and if you touch it with your fingers, it's really soggy and wet. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave it to go to this state where it becomes quite tacky. So this needs to be left to dry for at least an hour. So let's just leave that, go and wash our hands because we've got really sticky fingers, and we'll come back to it when it's nice and tacky. Okay?
It's really important to have let the size go to this nice state of tackiness. So now we can feel confident applying all our sheets of gold leaf, and we're literally going to place them down one by one, slightly overlapping each sheet, and you pick up the gold leaf with the knife or the tweezers where you can get the gold leaf with the tissue backing together, And it's quite an art, and it's going to take practice to just place them down so they land flat. Don't worry if it lands creased. You will be able to fix it, okay? So let's just keep methodically going along. Take your time. The glue is not going to dry out. It's going to stay indefinitely in this same state of tackiness. So even if you have to stop halfway through, go and do something else, you can come back to it. So stay calm, be measured. Don't panic if you have a mistake. You can either go over it or we can repair it. So let's just move along step by step, sheet by sheet. As I go along, when I apply each sheet, then I gently press down with the tissue backing, and I'm either using my gloved hand or my soft brush, and I'm just pressing down each sheet just gently at this stage. You can see all those gold leaf areas which are overlapping, and the beauty is going to be when it comes to the next stage, we're going to brush them all away and we're going to reveal the lovely squares and nice clean seams. Once you've been practicing with the top layer of the canvas and you've been getting all those sheets down like in a nice tiled pattern, now it's time to be brave and try and focus on the edges. So you can see here I've used a full sheet of gold leaf and I pressed it down, and I'm just going to gently tear away, and because the glue is so strong you can actually be quite firm. Obviously this all takes a lot of practice and it might go wrong, but don't worry, because like I say, you can patch it up with any other small pieces of gold leaf. With practice, you can learn to confidently tear away a piece of gold leaf, or you can use your scalpel knife or even a pair of scissors, and it is just going to take practice, but you're going to get there. I'm sure you're probably not working on quite such a big canvas if this is your first ever project, but I wanted to have this great big canvas so I could just re-emphasize to you each step of the way, each stage, so you can really understand it, watch the demonstration, practice it yourself. As you go along, you may notice some little gaps, and you can just tear off another little small piece and patch it in. So let's keep trucking, nearly there. I really hope this section of the video has been helpful to you. I know it's been long. I hope you've stuck with me. I really just wanted to demonstrate, reinforce, and look, I'm getting tired. I dropped that at the wrong angle. and I'm going to fix it. So I'm sure you might have made a few mistakes along the way, but I promise you we are going to get a beautiful result with the next step.
So now we're going to brush away the excess gold leaf. I actually left this canvas overnight, and can you see all those lovely squares with the overlapping areas? I could have removed the gold leaf straight away after I had glued it down, but I was busy, so I can leave it and then it's even more secure and I can come back to it. So let's remove the gold leaf and see what kind of result we get.
So I've gathered all the tools that I need for the next stage, which is where we are going to be brushing away the gold leaf, and in the process of doing that we'll be burnishing it into the surface of the canvas. So I'm going to start by using a piece of kitchen paper, which I fold into a little square, and I just press down on each sheet methodically around the whole canvas, and that just gives me extra confidence that it is as firmly stuck down as possible. And then I pick up my nice soft brush, and what I do is I just go along each seam where the gold leaf joins and brush that away, and at the same time, using a sort of circular action, I can burnish the whole surface of the gold leaf, and it starts to smooth it out and give it this really beautiful glow. I hope you're enjoying this part of the process. It is literally so rewarding to brush away all the excess gold and reveal this amazing surface. All of these little pieces that are coming away are actually called skewings. And what I do is I brush them into a pile and then I keep them in this big tin. And then sometimes they can be useful for, like, you know, where you have to fix little areas. Or to be honest, I just have this big tin of gold because you never know. The last thing I do is I take my kitchen paper and I just give the whole thing a little rub over. Just quickly wanted to point out to you that sometimes with the standard imitation gold leaf, you can see a variation in colour between sheets, which can actually be kind of annoying at times. But don't worry, because you are going to be painting a design over the top of this gold leaf, okay? So you will be able to mask it. Now we come to sealing and varnishing the canvas. So I've got my favourite product which I've been using for a few years now and has not let me down. So I will list it in the description. And to be honest, when I first started using gold leaf, I was actually terrified of the thought of varnishing it. And I did make some mistakes, and I watched lots of YouTube videos and then made my own mistakes, learned along the way. But it looks scary when you paint it on, like really scary, because you think, oh my goodness, I've completely ruined this. And it's white and it's streaky, but it only needs about an hour or two to dry, and honestly, it looks pristine. And then you can have confidence that you're not going to spoil it with like sticky finger marks or and it's not going to tarnish, most importantly.
Right guys, let's have a look at the finished canvas. Doesn't it look amazing? So all of those streaky marks with the varnish are gone, and we have a really strong, durable finish which you can paint on top of. So if you head over to my channel, you'll find lots of tips and advice of how I create artwork on top of my gold leaf. If you're not a confident painter and you're just starting out, I have launched an online course about acrylic painting, which is my passion, and I've been teaching people painting for 10 years, and I just really love to help people get their creativity out. And I want you to create something amazing on your gold leaf canvas. I hope you've enjoyed. Please subscribe and let's do more gold leaf together.